What's up, guys? How you doing? Everybody okay? Keeping cool? Keeping warm? Staying away from stress? Eating well? Being healthy? I want to talk about health just for a second. I got about 3 or 4 topics to talk about, actually. But the first one, I'll just tell you about health for me. So if I can give this advice or give this information and you can learn from it or help somebody with it, go for it, right? So I got a picture, and if I find it, I'll include it here. I don't know if I can find it again. It actually shows you the bottom of, if you look at the sole of a foot, where if you say the sole of your feet meets your toes, you got your big toe, and then you know, all the way across to the small toes. So where the 2 small toes are, and just on the pad there of the sole of the foot, on the left and right. So when it was really bad, I was getting pain bad there. So the first thing I thought of is gout. And then a couple people who have gout said, no, it's definitely not gout, because if it was gout, it would be in the big toe, or if it's really bad, the next toe. Well, mine's on the outside, so I'm like, okay, what is that? And then I started getting these pains at the back of my neck. So that might give you an indication of what it is. And then I started feeling a bit of, the later stages, started feeling like a funny kind of headache. And I kept looking and looking. I said, I don't know. But you know, it seems like the universe knows what you need. And so I just kept looking. And then one day I was looking on Instagram, not Instagram, on Pinterest for ideas for a gate for that I want to make for my gate, right? And what comes up but this picture, and it shows places that if you have a lack of B12, that where it can affect you. The 2 places I just said, the backs of your neck here and there, and then later, and I'm like, hey, so I always know I have a problem with B12 as we get older. And I was reading about it, and it said one of the reasons we don't absorb B12 very well anymore is because enzymes or the flora or bacteria in your gut. So I said, okay. So luckily I had some B-complex, so I took them for a couple of days, and all the pain went away. Feet are back to normal, no pain anywhere. But the trouble is, it turns your pee fluorescent yellow, and you can't keep taking that every day. So, well, I don't like to every day. But then I looked amongst my junk, and I found a collection, well, I shouldn't say junk, my collection of supplements, and I found some B12, but they're not sublingual. You have to chew them or just swallow them. Well, if you swallow it, it has to go through the digestive tract. So I wanted sublingual, which goes under your tongue, it dissolves, and it's absorbed into your body through under your tongue. Sublingual it's called, right? I didn't have any. So then I go online last night. Actually, Jan looked on the Thai websites for me, and I found for 1,000 baht something, 100 tablets of 1,000 micrograms. I'm like, okay, that's like nothing compared to what I used to take when I lived in America. So I knew I took, I think, between 2,500 and 5,000 micrograms. So I went to Amazon UK and found some, very expensive and not very strong. So I went to Amazon US and found some from Kirkland, and they were $18 for 5,000 micrograms, 300 tablets in a bottle. I'm like, wow. So that was like $20. So here's a little side note. Be careful when you order something, because one company had it cheaper for like $18, but then wanted to charge me, listen to this, $170 shipping and handling for something that's not even a pound in weight. So I said, okay, forget you. So I went back to the original, ordered it, and it's already on the way. This morning I got an email saying it's already on the way, and it'll be here in about 2 weeks. So the good thing is, if that can help somebody, because I couldn't figure it out for the longest of times, but finally I seen that picture. I was like, yes, that's exactly the problem. Another topic I wanted to share with you is my workshop. Remember I had a leak in the roof, and the roof twisted. So I released it and put some blocks in and looked across the top of it, and it's level again. So we had a crazy storm the other night. I mean, like crazy tropical rain for like 3 or 4 hours. I come out here the next morning, everything's bone dry, so everything's fine now. So I remember I took everything off the tabletop, off the top of the workbench, sanded everything, and then put the lacquer on, for those who haven't seen before. And let me show you what I've got up to now. You can see everything's been lacquered. It's still dry after that heavy rain. Now I've got containers for everything for 2 reasons. One, if it leaks again, and also because the lizards that keep coming in here, pooping everywhere. It's really annoying, but there's nothing I can do to keep them out. So now I've got everything's in drawers, so like stationery, all my cutting stuff, and etc., drill bits, nail guns, staple guns, and underneath it is all the nails and staples inside, and then some machine oil here for the gun. So everything about guns is there. Glues. I should actually put these over here, right? I should put that there with the glue, because this is normal wood glue, interior wood glue, and this is exterior wood glue. 300 baht, that costs $10 for exterior wood glue, which is fine. And then here I got all kinds of different containers to put all my other tools in. At the top here is all tapes and strings and things like that. And then this one here, all kinds of different glues. And I went out and bought a load of glue yesterday, so I got a little reserve of it. Need to find some duct tape. I got different tapes, some duct tapes in there, but not good quality stuff. So I've got up to here, and over there I've got farther. The screws are all sorted, so I'm just going to move this pile of wood, and then I can get over there and shift all that stuff out the way and put all that into containers. So that's the next project. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was a smoker. I want to smoke some meat, make beef jerky. I was thinking about this the other day. I think they call it jerky because you actually have to jerk it to break it, right? I don't know. Is that right? So how to do that? Well, I'm going to smoke it, and in the end I've been doing a little bit of research, and you can buy all these really posh machines, dehydrating, curing. You buy all these different wood chips. I'm like, I don't want all that. How did the cowboys do it? How do the hillbillies do it? That's the way I want to do it. Well, I was thinking, do you remember I showed you the video of them guys smoking fish? Have a look.
เมื่อก่อนไม่มีหรอกขาเหล็กเงี้ยใช้คนยกกันเหนื่อยเมื่อก่อนสมัยก่อนแรกเดี๋ยวนี้มันไม่ต้องใช้คนงานก็ได้คนเดียวย่างอย่างนี้ก็ได้
So after about 1 hour in the smoker, they take it back out and let it sit in the air for a little bit. So what they're using there is this teak wood sawdust. Well, I can get that. There's places down the road that make Thai traditional houses. They have big wood shops with all the different machines and stuff in it. So I'll just buy like a cheap plastic garbage can and go get a bucket full of it. Pay them whatever they want for it, and I can use that. And I'll build my own smoker. I've done some research, and there's a few people who I've seen. One guy smoke some meat. He had 3 wooden pallets, tin on the roof and tin in the front, and a load of places to hang the meat. He's actually from Alaska, and he said he smoked 15 pounds of moose meat to make jerky, and then they vacuum packed it, and it will last, you know, last them straight through the winter as a source of meat. I thought, that's exactly what I want to do. So, you know, people make all these sauces and then use the kitchen roll to rub it off. I'm like, I don't care about all that. I'm going to make a sauce and some spices. I'll make something and cut the meat up. And they said the good thing is to put it in the freezer for an hour so it gets stiff and you can cut it easier. They said like many people said an eighth of an inch, but some people I think a 3/8 of an inch, because it'll shrink down. And I thought, okay, how am I going to design the inside? I thought about all that. So I can build one myself, use teak wood, and then make the own sauce. I'm not going to dry it off. Just if it takes longer to smoke, that's fine. And just leave it all alone. When it's finished, let it cool down. I'm going to buy a vacuum pack machine. Jan says they're online in Thailand, so I'll buy one, and then when it all cools down, put it in, vacuum pack it. And I was talking to Wally, he said he used to do that. He puts it in his fridge and the stuff will stay over a year in the fridge. So, and the guy from Alaska says it'll stay over a year, just keep it cool. So that's perfect, you know, because I can't get beef jerky here. I can get it in America, and I've had people bring me it over, you know, when they've come. But I thought for a survival situation or a be prepared situation, I can make myself some beef jerky, vacuum pack it, and chicken jerky, and vacuum pack it, and it will last me a long time. So that's my next project. Okay guys, that's me finished for the day. I'm going to say goodnight, sign off. Hope everybody's doing well. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best. Look after yourself, stay healthy.